Oh, here we are with the feedback after the loss. GG's. If you have any questions, feel free to DM me directly or ping me in your RIP thread. Looks like this is almost overscanning. And I say that because it's like there's really only one chunk that this could have been from that point of view. Like you weren't getting the spike like right here, as evidenced by that, so it's just kind of like it has to be this chunk, and then it's like a really obvious bump, which you end up seeing because obviously. Great BT. I question you using the gold there. Honestly, like you have an embarrassment of iron and the gold are just 2 trades. It's like super minor and it probably won't make any difference in the long run, but this is like super nitpicky things here. Like if you have like 12, I mean, even if the diamonds weren't a factor, right? You still make iron here when you have 12, just because, like, in terms of gold impact, like, it's 1 versus 2 gold. Great placement, slow execution. You can honestly just like place the gravel at any point after the TNT explodes. So first priority just needs to be slapping that bad boy down in a great location. It just looks like really clumsy at the moment, and I don't mean that in like any type of way. It's just like crafting so far, or like the TNT placement was slow, like almost like overthinking it. Crafting is kind of similar, but like just clogging your inventory with a lot of like unnecessary blocks like this. Like, and then taking unnecessary fall damage, like this could all have been gotten out by boating or like while you're getting sucked down. Like it's the most linear seed of all time, and I feel like you could already be at the ravine with like decent flint rates. Yeah, I guess like my experience right now is that you're just not really focused on the run. I don't know. I'd be curious to see if this like sharpens up throughout the run. Don't walk into that. Also, you're like overlooking there. Like you could have essentially have just gotten the same information from the. Yes, at Mac. Let's go. But you could have essentially just gotten the same information from just like a reverse F5 kind of beat. Did we forget how to route treasure for a second there? You only need to break one of those blocks. Learned a little trick where while you're like heading up the stairs right here, you can like throw the gold in at this without the dirt there, and then you can place the dirt. It's like a lot cleaner and can get the pigs trading while you're like doing other things. Also, especially for RSG, like this just is not a necessary, like most runners will just treat this as like a backup at this point. Like, or like necessary if you're playing single rampart. You don't grab that one? I guess. This is like, that's pretty odd to me. But then we grab, like, then we go over here and like go for backups. Like, I'm just like really lost right now, I'm not gonna lie. Like, we decide to mine like 3 blocks down to a gold block that may or may not be there, instead of doing like, or doing the same thing, but like 2 blocks. You don't need to break that stair as well. Like, I know that like it's nights-ish for pathfinding. Like, this is fine if you weren't able to get this like wall, like hole in the wall out. These guys will pathfind over regardless, which is another reason like why if you really, really want that bottom right corner gold block on the right rampart, you can just mine it while those pigs are pathfinding. But like now you have to deal with those pigs as well as any pigs like that guy or this guy that just randomly, oh no, he dropped. But still, like now you're in a situation that's kind of weird, no? Just because you decided to go for like something that you already had prepared. Nice pull. You got an obvious gold block on top of it, by the way. I feel like you're just out here. Like you're gonna see 18 obby and then, yeah, you're just out. Because you have enough explosives, even for 0 cycle. And the 2 obsidian just doesn't matter when you have a diamond pick. Like, you just blind ASAP and then are out of there. I'm confused what we're waiting on. Like, it's not explosives. It's definitely not obby. Pearls, I guess. But even then, it's just like, we're wasting time here. Oh, what are we trying to do? You could have done that entire sequence from like all the way up here. Also, you just leave trades. Yeah. We're just playing quadrants, are we? I mean, that's totally fine with that. I don't know the like tech limits for Mac or anything, but Chloe has a way that she's found out to like find fortresses. When you have a treasure bastion without having to break the spawner. Honestly, I don't know what PB was before this, but it's honestly feeling like it's dying more and more, especially with like the pearl count. Nice approaching it on low RD, so that way you can get decent strays. The issue is it's like kind of terrible for it. Never mind. You're hitting these blazes really, like, sloppy. Like, knockback hit, whatever, that's fine. Another knockback hit, you're just mistiming everything. Not to mention, like, you don't need 2 crits to kill a blaze. Like, one strong hit and then 1 crit is totally fine. Also, I hear blazes off to your right, like, and they seem close to where it's just like probably fine for you to get them. I'm sorry, how many explosives do we have? 8? Plus however much glowstone. 8, what is that? 36, 6. No. We have 8 bed, 3 anchor, why aren't we blaze boating? Like, we have, we have the explosives to do it. This is confusing. Also, no, never mind. That's a creative play. I haven't seen that before. I don't want to see the blind. 1200. This is about to be a mighty end game for a sub 9 blind turning into, like, it's, I guess it's a 4-minute end game, but still. I haven't been able to get a good look at this spinny guy, but you can read how prepared the spawner is by the spinny guy. Oh no, you can tell that it's ramping up there. You need to be paying attention to the spinny guy in the middle, so that way you can understand that you may cancel spawns. Obviously ended up not mattering there, but for future Blaze fights. Also, our hotbar's kind of not really set up for anything right now. And we have 14 pearls, we're fine. We won't zero cycle. Not with this slow of a pearl count, but you know. You gotta get better with portal builds as well. Right on top of it. Very nice. I have no idea what max spikes look like, so I'm just gonna trust that you're going in a correct direction. Surely. Always a wonderful thing to see. I like how conscious you are with this HP. You have more beds that you could craft. Unless you're just going with 5 beds for some reason. This is kind of confusing to me, I'm not gonna lie. Also, having it in your hotbar like that, I don't know if it's a Mac thing or just like a not comfortable with pick blocking thing, but definitely definitely make all of them and then just learn how to pick block beds instead of just limiting yourself to 5 beds plus however many anchors you have. Like, yeah, you should be hitting that anyway, but it's still like, you have the inventory space. What's the harm in it? Great PB. Anyway, I don't know, the entire thing just looked like smooth but slow. And like sloppy at times. I feel like I've commented on it throughout the run, so I don't want to like reiterate points I've already made on that at least, but overall, like, your routing of this seed, you know, made great sense and obviously like helped like create this great time for you. like your terrain nav, like with terrain nav and you know, just movement in general. Yeah, that lava bucket play was something that I hadn't seen before, but I really like that. I may start doing that. So we'll play